Hey guys, LulaRoe here, LulaRoe, LulaRoe. I am making my why video for you. It's taken me a while to get here because I think talking about your why is hard. It's easy to say we need more money, this is fun, but to get to somebody's why I think is very vulnerable. It's a hard place to go. And so here I am, just a couple weeks into LulaRoe, and I'm making a video so that you can know why I'm doing this. So I think I'll just start. So there's two different reasons for me. Not two reasons, but there's really kind of two categories that are my why. So the first, obviously, like most of you, is financial. We have 7 children, and my sisters and brothers and I all grew up in a home where there was not a lot of money, and we were expected to earn it ourselves. So we grew up working really hard, and money was valuable, you know. We had paper routes where we woke up at 4 in the morning. I babysat all the time, so I could buy my own clothes and pay for gas to go places, you know, things like that. So now that we have a big family with 7 children, the need is just as great, if not more. You know, we have so many needs. It's where do you even start? You know, I mean, we've got the same thing anybody else does, if not more. We've got $150,000 in student loan debt. We've got medical bills coming out of our ears. You know, we've got some kids with special needs that require a lot of money for their medical bills. So that's tough. You know, we've got 7 mouths to feed. We've got college, 2 in college tuitions, and 3 that are driving. You know, the financial pressures are huge, and my husband has a great income and a good job, and even at that, with tax brackets and things, like, it's hard for us to manage. And so having me work, of course, is the next option. So I've tried to decide what to do to make it the best thing for our family, and I went into teaching. I'm a teacher, and so I've done that for a while. And then I'm also a cosmetologist, so I had a hair salon in my basement, and that was really fun, and I loved it. And I've worked for the company Chick-fil-A. I love their philosophy. I love everything about them, and I wanted to learn how they run their business. So I worked for them for a while, and finally, after watching my sister Tiffany grow her business for 2 years, I was a little envious, but I also realized that she had all of the components that I wanted for myself. So my first why is financial. It's overwhelming, the financial need that we have. But for me, that wasn't enough to start LulaRoe, because you can earn money doing all kinds of different things. I've tried different direct sales companies, you know, vitamins, I've done makeup, skincare, I've done different things over the years, and so that wasn't just enough, the money. It had to be a lot more for me. Probably the biggest why that I'm starting LulaRoe versus anything else, I've looked into quite a few different companies, is because of what it does for me. And this is where I get emotional. It's hard to talk about, but I have a tendency to not take care of myself very well. And as you can imagine, with a big family, that's easy to do. You know, it's easy to let myself slide, gain weight, you know, not always put on my makeup or do my hair, or even dress in things that look good on me. You know, something I picked up on the Lowe's clearance rack at Goodwill. Like, I love Goodwill. It's my favorite place. You know, taking care of myself is like number 100 on the list of 100. And it doesn't need to be that way, but for whatever reason, that's just one of my weaknesses. I put everyone else's needs before my own, and then there's nothing left, or very little, you know. So for me, starting LulaRoe was like a major no way. No way. I watched my sister. Well, she's pretty. Well, she's got this. Well, she can do it because of whatever. And it was always kind of a mental block for me that I could actually sell clothing when I didn't feel good about myself or how I looked. How can you sell clothing when you don't feel good about how you look, right? But then I realized after a lot of prayer and a lot of just really trying to discover my talents and what would be right for me, that I love people. I love people, and I love building up people, and I just love women. I love their stories. I love their whys. I love everything about it. And it's been one of my dreams to have a business where I could be a trainer, train other women, help other women feel good about themselves. And so when I looked at LulaRoe and I looked at their company philosophy, when I looked at their owners, when I looked at how everything was set up, it all resonated with me and who I am. And so my biggest thing was to overcome my own fears of how I look, or I'm not cute enough or talented enough or whatever to be a consultant for clothing. And once I realized that LulaRoe is the company for me, now I just have to figure out how I fit into LulaRoe. That was where my why became really strong, that I wanted something that sold itself. I wanted a company where when I wear these clothes, people comment on them. I didn't want people to feel like I was trying to sell them something every time I talked to them. And that's happened to me in the past when I've sold, skincare, vitamins, or whatever. You were always leading to something else, right? But with clothing, it's so natural and you feel beautiful. And so when people say, you look so pretty in that dress, it's easy to say, well, I sell clothing and I have clothes that would look so beautiful on you. You should come see what I have. It's so natural. It's non-offensive, and it's real. And that is why I went with LulaRoe. And that is why it's just been so much fun and such a blessing. I've got this home full of, amazing clothes, and people come over, and it's great. And it's helping me work through my insecurities and my fears, and helping me overcome all of the reasons why I can't be successful, because I can, and you can too. So I would just encourage you to look at what is it that you want in your life. The other reason why LulaRoe was so great for me is because when I worked outside of the home as a teacher, as a cosmetologist, even in my own home, my kids were kind of banned. They were not included in what I was doing. Either you're gone all day teaching and you come home and you're tired and you have nothing to give your family, the ones that you're doing this for, or you, even if you have a business in your home that doesn't really involve anybody else, you're constantly like, go away, this doesn't, you're making this hard for me. Whereas with LulaRoe, I include my kids, like they're in my live sales, they help me dress the mannequins, like they get excited about what I'm doing because they're wearing the clothes. They're participating, they're helping me, and they're seeing what mom does to make money. It's very tangible for them, my mom works and this is what she does, and they're learning skills from that. Whereas when I left for work, they never saw me, they didn't see what I was doing. They weren't learning anything from me except for my mom's away from me and maybe she doesn't care about me because she's never here. So, there's a lot of satisfaction that comes from having a family business where everybody can participate, and you're actually teaching your kids how to work a business, and instead of maybe some of the opposite effects that when you leave the home that you see. And I'm not putting down people who work outside the home. I've done it for years, and I've worked part-time because I felt like my family was really important. But I've seen both, and it's okay. But this was right for us. This was right for our family, and it's helping everybody, and everybody's a part of it. Everyone, my kids come up to me, hey mom, I had this great idea. Why don't we do this when you're on, your live sale, and I can dance, and it's really funny. My husband just made the craziest YouTube video, leggings man, like totally on his own. I came home from the grocery store, and he's in leggings, screwing down my mannequin, like, hey honey, video this, like no joke. And that has never happened before either. He's not been a part of what I've done, And that's another why for me, is my husband's excited to help me. And that's huge for me at night. Like, honey, you didn't respond to this post. I know, I'm getting there. Well, let me do it for you. Honey, you know, you need to do this with your pictures. It doesn't look good. What is your mannequin doing? Flying all over the place. You know, he's such a part of my life and what I'm doing. And because of that, I'm able to be so much more successful. And I mean, I've only been selling clothing for a week and I've already made over $3,000, and that's not bad. That's not bad for a week's work. You know, obviously all of that will be going back into my inventory until I have a large inventory, but I mean, you know, selling clothes from home and loving what you're doing and talking to all your friends and getting online, like that's not bad for working from home. And as many of you know, my sister Tiffany, and have seen her video, I mean, it's completely changed her life. She's paid off $200,000 in student loan debt in a year and a half. I mean, it's just, it's unbelievable what she has done with that. And I'm not looking to do maybe quite that much, but you know, whatever I can do is going to bless my family in so many ways, and myself. So that is my why, and I hope there's something in there that kind of resonated with you. And if so, you know, comment below. Tell me what you're going through and what you're looking for in your life, and we can see if LulaRoe's a fit, because I would love to be your trainer and love you to be on our team. We're the LulaRoe sisters, R-O-W-E, LulaRoe, because my last name's Roe, Trust Roe. LulaRoe sisters, and we've got a great group of girls, and I just love them all dearly, and we're having so much fun. So comment below, reach out, and I hope to meet you soon. Thanks, guys.